At first glance, it just looks like a small cute bird. But once you spend time around a cockatiel, you quickly realize something surprising. This bird doesn't just want food and a cage. It wants attention, interaction, and sometimes even emotional connection. Which honestly explains why so many people become deeply attached to cockatiels. Because unlike many small pets, these birds develop unique personalities. Some become playful and noisy. Others become calm and affectionate. And some grow so attached to their owners that they follow them around the house almost like tiny flying companions. But here's the problem. Many people buy cockatiels because they look adorable online, without understanding how sensitive and emotional these birds can actually be. And unfortunately, that often leads to mistakes that slowly damage the bird's health, trust, and happiness over time. Because despite their cute appearance, cockatiels are not decorations. They are intelligent social animals that require daily care, patience, and attention. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is keeping a cockatiel inside the cage all day. People assume small birds are happy sitting quietly behind bars, but cockatiels actually need time outside the cage regularly. They need movement, exploration, and interaction to stay mentally healthy. A bored cockatiel can become stressed surprisingly fast. Some birds begin screaming constantly. Others become aggressive, fearful, or emotionally withdrawn. And in severe cases, stressed birds may even start pulling out their own feathers. Which shocks many new owners the first time they see it happen. Another huge mistake is ignoring the bird emotionally. Because cockatiels naturally form bonds with people. In the wild, they live in flocks and constantly communicate with each other through sounds and body language. So when a cockatiel becomes attached to its owner, loneliness can affect it much more than people expect. Some cockatiels even begin calling loudly when their favorite person leaves the room. Not because they are bad birds, but because they genuinely dislike isolation. And honestly, that emotional attachment is one of the reasons people fall in love with them. Because over time, cockatiels start recognizing voices, routines, and even moods. Some whistle when they hear familiar sounds. Some enjoy sitting quietly on shoulders. And others simply want to stay close to the people they trust most. But caring for them properly also means understanding their physical needs. Diet is extremely important. And sadly, many owners feed cockatiels seed-only diets for years without realizing the danger. While seeds are fine in moderation, cockatiels also need vegetables, balanced pellets, minerals, and variety to stay healthy long-term. Poor nutrition can lead to obesity, weakness, feather problems, and even shortened lifespan. And speaking of lifespan, many people don't realize cockatiels can live surprisingly long. With proper care, some live 15 to 20 years or more. Which means owning one is not a short commitment. It's a long-term responsibility. Another common mistake is placing the cage in the wrong environment. Cockatiels are sensitive to stress, loud noise, smoke, and sudden fear. A constantly chaotic environment can make them anxious over time. And some simply enjoy sitting quietly beside their owners for hours. And honestly, that balance between intelligence, emotion, and playfulness is what makes cockatiels feel so special. But trust with these birds takes time. New cockatiels are often nervous at first. Sudden movements, loud grabbing, or forcing interaction too quickly can damage trust badly. Which is why experienced owners focus on patience instead of control. Slow movements. Calm voices. Gentle routines. Over time, many cockatiels slowly become more confident and affectionate when they realize they are safe. And maybe that's the most beautiful thing about these birds. Watching a nervous little animal slowly begin trusting you enough to land on your hand willingly. Because in the end, a cockatiel is not just a decorative bird sitting inside a cage. It's an intelligent emotional creature that wants safety, comfort, attention, and connection. And honestly, once a cockatiel trusts you, it can feel less like owning a pet bird, and more like gaining a tiny feathered companion. Bird sparkles.